up, though? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. I'm your man, Kurt Steele. And it's a Lions show with a different twist on news and rumors. If you're new to the channel, now I know most of y'all, the Boss Up Ball Out family, y'all coming back. But for the people who haven't been here, let me tell you how the show works. We look at Lions news headlines or takes about the team. If we agree, we say they bossed up. If we disagree, we say it's balled on. And we give our takes on why we agree or disagree. But for the live shows, man, we do it a little different around these parts. In the comments, if you agree with the take, you say hashtag boss up. If you disagree, you say hashtag balled on in the comments and tell me why. And I will put your comments on the screen and we will talk about them together. Now it is time to get into the topics for today's show, man. Let's look at it. Today, we're going to talk about how the Lions can go from worst to first in the NFC North. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a tough son of a what? And what's your record prediction for the Lions? So let's get into this worst to first scenario. But first of all, let's go ahead and get into the chat this morning before we get into the topic. All right. What up, though? From Frank the Tank. I appreciate you, brother. And let's get into some more. Mile Marker says, Hiya Lions ain't going down. Brent DeWitt says the roar is restored. Hat Man's in the building said, what up, though? Woo! Let's go. Coming over from the Duke crew. What's going on? Was late to dance party, but I made yours on time. Hey, thanks for showing up. Morning, Curl. Who could do? Nice to see you on Lions Talk Live today. Go Lions. Hey, I appreciate you coming on over. My man, Jeremy Barrick from Biting Kneecaps. My man, Smoking Jeremy B, is in the building. And David Dickerson says, what up, no? Okay. All right, let's get into the scenarios. Now, this is coming from a USA Today article, reasons why that the Lions can go from first to worst in the NFC North. Now, they talk about the Packers and Bears revamp rosters. You look at the Packers adding Josh Jacobs, and some of the other things that they had, the young receiving core with the Packers, and the Bears, of course, totally revamped their offense, bringing in Caleb Williams. You look at the receivers they brought in this offseason. The Bears have a revamped roster as far as offensive weapons, so I'm looking at them and what the Packers can do. That's one of the reasons why they said that the Lions can go from first to worst. And they talked about the talented young coaching staff in Minnesota. Excuse that spelling. Excuse me. I'm tired this morning. But up in Minnesota, they have a very young coaching staff, and they can get that team to play. And you look at some of the players that they have on that roster, as far as JJ McCarthy, and then, of course, Justin Jefferson, and the receivers that they have on that roster definitely could be a where the Minnesota could jump Detroit and be the third team in the division behind the Packers and the Bears. Now, the third reason, they say if the team starts to slide, players can stop buying into the culture that Dan Campbell has built. Now, it goes on to say that most likely these scenarios probably will not happen. They said that they put the Lions up there as far as the teams who actually stay in first place in the NFC North. But those are some of the scenarios that they looked at as far as why they could drop out of first place and be dead last in the division. It's going to be a tough division this year. But I think the Lions are up to the challenge. They did not say that. And they had other teams up there as well. They had the Chiefs up there and the Bills. And looking at the competition, definitely, I'm going to say that this take is balled on. I don't think the Lions are going to go from first to worst in the division. I think that the Lions would definitely win the NFC North again. I think they're built for it, in with the additions and they had in the offseason, and just the way that the Dan Campbell regime has this team playing. One thing, and I've said this a few times, my man over at ESPN said this. He said there's a difference between amassing talent and building a team. And that's what the Lions have done so far. That the Lions have built a team and a culture. They just didn't amass talent. And you can get all the talent in the world. If they're not a real good team, guess what? It ain't going to work. So let's head to the comments, man. To the comments. Like the lady says over on TikTok. All right, let's go. Brent DeWitt said, first the worst, not going to happen. Yes, I don't think it's going to happen either. But I'm just reporting the news and rumors, man. This is the headline, brother. So, hey, what up, though? Lions rule, Drew. Yes, man. And one guy that we have in the chat sometimes, man, he's kind of taking a step back from being in there. And I like the guy, Broski Bear. Hey, man, Broski Bear, man, you listening in the background, man. Come on back, man. Hey, I like the banter between you and the audience, man. So come on back, man. Come on back. All right. Ball out. This take more haters. We may win the division. Yes, I definitely think that. You see some of the guys, especially on X. You see some of the fans and Facebook that they give some of the takes and they think we're the SOL. Oh, you guys were just lucky last year. No, we've been building it, and it was last year was a combination of. Look at how the Lions started under Dan Campbell, 3-13-1, then 9-8. Then last year was just a combination of how they built the roster, built it from the trenches, and they got good core pieces, and they built a team to play hard and win in Detroit. All right, we got my man Rantin Q. What's up, man? What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while, man. What's going on, brother? Good to have you on the show. All right, Pierre says this is all national media, typical SOL, the love to hate, respect, and disrespect Detroit. We're good to run the division again. No worries. Hashtag Detroit versus everybody. You know what? I'm feeling you on that, man. I'm wearing my Motor City Muscle jersey today, my Penne Sewell, man. And shout out to my daughter, Sharice, and her family. They sent me this, the Motor City Muscle jersey for Father's Day, man. Great gift. Definitely. All right. Brent DeWitt says Packers and the Bears will be fighting for the seat next to the throne. Lions will repeat as Kings of the North. MCDC will not let his guys stray from the past. I agree with you 100%. It's people gonna at this time of the year, they're writing articles and pieces about teams to get kind of clicks. It's the off season, so they want to get people's attention. But I don't agree with that at all either. Brent DeWitt. Dave Dickens said, "Balled on, man." They did they say that about the Patriots? No, they yeah. I feel you. All right, Rank Q said we are solid in the backup. Okay, what we talking? Okay, all right. Broski Bears is hiding since Caleb hasn't signed yet. Man, come on back, Broski Bear. That's my guy, man. I like Broski Bear, man. We love the haters, man. You know what? And I'm not a big fan of this, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't have haters, then you ain't, that means you're succeeding. When you have haters, that means that you're doing something right. So, all right, Motown Mitch says, don't worry there, Kurt. I'm on the hunt. Been searching all over Bears channels for him. Yeah, man, come on back, Broski Bear, man. That's my guy, man. He was a good dude, man. I don't miss Broski Bear chat live, not at all. It's the pack we should look at, not the Bears, in my opinion. Okay, Mom Marker, I appreciate you, brother. All right, so if you guys haven't been watching, and I started watching yesterday, right? This has been a big week for Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. He was on the Pivot podcast this week, and then the Receiver docuseries on Netflix dropped yesterday. And we've always, if you aren't new to the Lions, man, you kind of can see the toughness that Amon-Ra St. Brown plays with, the type of chip on his shoulder. And, we all know about his dad and his background with the individual's bodybuilding with his brothers. But let's look at just how tough this dude was in an all-pro season last year. My man, the tough guy is one tough SOB, man. He torn an oblique muscle off the bone and only missed one game. What? One game. That's crazy. For some guys, that would end a season, not just one game. He had 9 receptions for 109 yards on Monday Night Football versus the Raiders, playing with foot and mouth disease. Oh my God. And to see that and how it affected him, and look out, he had the mask on and he had all these blisters and like couldn't barely catch the ball and could barely run, like running on needles and catching needles. Man, because it created blisters and it would just hurt him to just do anything on the field. And he still played the next week. Jesus Christ. And then earlier on in the season, man, he had a toe injury, man. He just said, screw it, put a steel plate in his shoe and went on to have a great season, man. We all know over 100 with 100 catches, 1,500 yards receiving, first team All-Pro with 10 touchdowns, The sun god, man, if you look at the Detroit Lions, right, and I'm looking at him and his leadership abilities. He said he needs to be more of a vocal leader, but he leads by doing. It's two guys, man, on the Lions offense that are tone setters, and one is Penei Sewell, because he sets the tone on that offensive line, that nasty, gritty attitude that he has. And Amon-Ra St. That's a nasty, gritty, tough, just hard-nosed receiver. Kind of reminds you of a more talented. He's a better pass catcher than Hines Ward, but he does the dirty work. And looking at one of the highlights from the receiver series is Dan Campbell talking about at the end of the Ravens game where the Lions were getting just absolutely whooped, and my in-laws was giving me the business. However, he wanted to go in and he didn't want to come out the game. He wanted to go in and run block so he could just go in and just knock people around. I mean, goodness gracious, how tough of a SO is him. Is Amon-Ra St. I think he's the toughest. I think he's the toughest player on the Lions right now. Just to be honest with you, look at him. You look at his size. Undersized receiver, but he's built like a freaking tank. I mean, just go look at his Pivot podcast, man. The dude is just swole up. He's like a bodybuilder. He's like a running back playing receiver. He takes his pads off, man. That dude just jacked for a wide receiver, man. But let me know in the comments how you feel about my man Amon-Ra St. being if he was in the UFC, he'd be fighting for that BMF, man, that bad mother blank belt. But so let's get back into the comments, man. Definitely Motown Miss says bald on Bears need a quarterback still until they get one. Bears will be in the basement. Okay, dokie. All right. Hokudu says I agree, Mom Marker, he's a troll. That's okay, man. You know what though, the one thing about Broski, I don't take anything he says seriously, and he's a fan of his team, so I enjoy the banner back and forth. I don't get all emotional when he says stuff, man. I'd be like, man, go ahead with that crap, man. But I think it's funny to me. All right, fuel for the fire. Again, is Caleb going to be good after the beating he's going to get balled on? Hell yeah, man. Because I just don't think that they did enough of the offensive line to shore it up for a guy like Caleb Williams, man. He's had his issues, man. Really at USC, it was a one read offense. If he didn't have that pass there, he was going to take off with his leg, or it was going to be bad, and he got sacked a lot of times last year. All right, who could do? Nice to know someone else is the same. Okay, all right. Kneecap bite. My man Jeremy, Smoking Jeremy B says Miggy, boss up Miggy took 3 years to recover from the same thing. Okay, I get you. All right, Mall Marker. Packers have new D coordinator. They're focusing on stopping the run this offseason. They're gonna have to, because the Lions is one of the best running teams in the league, man. Think about this, man. You look at it a couple of years ago, man. We hadn't had 1,000-yard rusher in forever, and you look at now. Last year we had two guys that were right there at 1,000. David Montgomery was over 1,000, and of course Jahmyr Gibbs was right underneath. And just the looking at how the Lions have progressed in running the ball, and Dan Campbell has made it a focal point of the offense, man. We want to run the ball, play action pass, and we'll throw the ball if we have to, but we'll rather run the ball first, man. And I love that nasty attitude that the offensive line has when it comes to run blocking. All right. Brent DeWitt says one of my favorite plays last year was when Ragnar led a TD run basically on one of his legs, man. Our guys certified dogs. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, man. Frank was just like, you know what, I'm staying, and he just played. I mean, gotta love my man, Big Bank Frank, man, with that big contract he had a couple years ago. All right, Motown mentions funny. I've always compared St. Brown to Steve Smith. You know what? That's a good comparison. That's just without just without the gratuitous violence, man. Steve Smith was I think the vocal part of that is the way they play is similar, definitely the physical type of nature. But you was gonna hear Steve Smith, man. Steve Smith was gonna talk to you. He's gonna talk about you, talk about your mama, talk about your daddy. He was gonna tell you tell you to call your mama and so she can apologize for you coming out there on the field, man. That's just the kind of guy that Steve Smith is, man. Actually, I was down here for a lot of his career, stationed down here at Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg, down here in North Carolina, and Steve Smith was a definite monster, man. Especially for the size he is, man. Definitely, I agree with that. But St. Brown just ain't he just ain't a talker. He just gonna show you. He gonna beat you up and show you on the field what he can do, man. All right, my man Jeremy, Smoking Jeremy B says, mile marker, they're better. They were 19th against the run, which was the worst in the division. Definitely, yeah. They're gonna have to get better. I mean, if they want to beat the Lions, they're gonna have to stop the run. And we got a nasty 1-2 punch, man. And looking at Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, and just if you guys did you guys? I think you were talking about it earlier on Dan's show, because I kind of came in late right before I came in. Looking at that guy, man, deadlifting 700 pounds in your bare feet is an absolute feat of just great athletic ability, man. A great feat of strength, man. To deadlift 700 pounds is ridiculous, but to do it with no really support on your on your knees and ankles, I mean on your ankles and your feet, and just do it in your bare feet is absolutely ridiculous, man. All right, Brent DeWitt says, not surprised that Amon-Ra St. Brown is tougher than I thought, man. You know, there were two stories back a few years ago on the HBO Real Sports, and the first one was about the Ball brothers, and everybody remember LeVar Ball and his antics and what he said about his son and how boisterous he was, and the other one was about the St. Brown brothers. And a lot of times when you have young players like that, usually the youngest is going to be a dog, just because he's had to deal with the torment from his older brothers. And you see a lot of love and respect between those young men and the way they treat each other. But looking at just how Amon-Ra St. Brown, his upbringing and his dad, and having to be mentally and physically tough and demanding on him, his mom with the grades, making sure she's speaking German to him all the time, and making sure that they had to do their schoolwork before they had to go out and play and do sports. And then the dad, how he was tough on them, make sure that they lift weights and got them guys ready to be out there on the field and be challenging athletically, and the great support system. But he's one of those guys, man. Whatever is going on with him, if he feel disrespected, he's gonna let that fuel him. And I love the toughness that he plays with. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the absolute man, and I definitely respect what he does out there on the field, man. Just look at it, man. Let's one more time. I want to look at this one more time, man. And a torn oblique off the bone, and the foot and mouth disease that's just nasty, man. It's just to have that and to play with that. That dude's a superhero, man. That 14 is my guy. 14 is my number. I have a Lions jersey. Everybody thought that when I wear it on broadcast, I think it's a St. Brown jersey, but it actually has my name on the back, because I got it before actually St. Brown was on the team, because I was born on January 14th. That's my number. So, but I love 14, man. That's my guy. I got to get his jersey here. All right. My man King SJ's in the building, man. Late to the party. Good. Hey, don't worry about it, man. Good morning. How you doing, man? My man, Lions Talk Live, Dan Thornton, man. Woo! What's going on, brother? All right. Demo going ham on that deadlift. Definitely. I appreciate that, man. Coach Dan, what's up? Oh, man. Who could do, man? And then woo coming over from Kneecap Body, my man, Smoking Jeremy B. All right, the last topic for today. Now I want you to get them ready. Put them in the chat. Hashtag record prediction. Hashtag record prediction. All right. So let me know in the comments. Put your hashtag record prediction for the Detroit Lions. What do you think the Lions are going to do this season? Now, I'm going to show you mine, and I'm going to tell you what the records are going to be, and let's get into it. All right, mine for the Lions this year is 13-4. They're going to go 4-2 in the division. I think we lose one. We're going to split with Green Bay and Chicago again. I think Chicago's going to just kind of grind one out at Soldier Field later in the season, and the losses are going to come to the Texans and to the 49ers. I think every other game, I think we win. I just think 13-4 is what we're going to do. So what do you guys think? Man, okay, they coming in hot and heavy right now. Let's get into it, man. All right, my man, Hookadoo is up first, man. 14-3. Okay, 14-3. My man Hookadoo. All right, King SJ, 12-5 going line. So I repeated last year, 12-5. Okay, I feel you. All right, my man Kneecap Bites. He got the same thing, 13-4. Okay, 13-4. I can agree with that. 13-4 for Motown Mitch is in the building. Definitely. I'm hoping 4-2 in the NFC North too. I think we're going to do that again, 14-2. All right, Randy Q, my man Dave, man. Woo, 15-2. Man, only losing 2 games. All right, which two rank Q they're gonna lose. So all right, 13-4. Kings of the North again. Number 1 seed. All roads go through Detroit. You know what, Brent DeWitt? It's setting up for that. You know, you look at the way the Lions schedule is this year. We're playing the bulk. I mean, the most of them indoors, and then most of the outdoor games. The only really in the cold weather, you're gonna get Chicago again, closer to that cold time of the year. But when we play San Francisco, we're gonna be out west, and it ain't gonna be that cold out there. So yeah. Only 2 teams could beat us. Okay, which 2 teams? Dave rank Q. Which 2 teams? All right. 12-5 from Dave Dickerson. So he's got us going 12-5 again. It's one of those things, man. A lot of people say 12-5. I think 13-4. I think we're one better than we were last year. I think, to be honest with you, I think we actually went 13-4 last year. We just had that BS happen down there in Jerry World with the referee saying that the wrong guy reported, and he did not. Dan Skipper didn't go over there anywhere near those referees. That was Taylor Decker, and it was Penny Sewell over there with that ref, man. That was a bunch of BS. Something always happens down there in Jerry World when the Lions are in town. All right, 14 games indoors. Green Bay, Chicago, and San Francisco. The only 3 games we're playing outdoors this year. Yep. And we're playing Green Bay early in the year, and it's going to be a little cold when we play Chicago, and it's not going to be cold when we play San Francisco out there in California, and that at the time of year that they're not really Southern California, but it's not as cold as it is out here on the East Coast. It's still south. You know what I'm saying? So thanks there, Smoking Jeremy B. All right, what we got here? Oh, my man, what's up, Kirk? Man, if y'all know who Lions Talk About Chat Sports is, man, it's my man, Mike Kimber is in the building. What up, though? My man over there at Lions Nation Unite as well. The main reason we signed Jake Bates, 14 games indoors. Man, there's going to be a lot of field. You know what? If we can get that dude to kick some field goals, man, at the 50, hey, I ain't going to lie to you. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. They're Smoking Jeremy B. All right. My man's in the building. Broski Bear, we was just talking about you, man. 9-8. The Lions trash reader isn't ready. If he ever gets healthy, he's washed up. Lions starting dollar store DN opposite Huts. Linebacker and secretary average at best. Man, you know what, man? Have your opinion, brother. You know what? Have your opinion. I'm not mad at Broski Bear, man, because guess what? He's a Bears fan, so that's what the hell he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be bigging up his guys. You know what I'm saying? But I don't take anything you say seriously, man. Yeah, I just don't, man. I love the banter, man. I love the banter with you, man. It's always healthy, man, to have a different opinion in the building. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with you on just about everything you said, man. You know, I disagree with the air you breathe on this one, but it's all good, man. I still all love, man. Thanks for coming through. All right, my man. He said, I'm up already. Haha, shocker. Not a morning person. I know, man. Mike, you know, and probably because of the fact that you had to do all those years in the military, and you sometimes, you know, we don't like to be once we get out of that mindset, you know, we don't want to go back. All right, Broski, yeah, Broski, yeah, you on your thing, man. Hey, it's all good, man. Broski, my man, welcome back, dude. Normal running up. You know what? Though? I like Broski Bear, man. He always brings a different perspective, man. You know, I'm not. I don't really take what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not offended by what he say, because people have their own opinions, man. You know, and he's not the only one that probably thinks back. So, man, hey, it's all good, brother. All right, there he is. One of our favorite Bears. Fools go take. John Doerr takes. Yeah, you know, it's all good, man. Anthony Fitzpatrick, man, what? Who's that beautiful man that's still on the screen, man? Almost as beautiful as me. My man, Jason Statham Jr. is in the building from Royal Allons, UK, man. I appreciate you stopping through, Anthony, my man. I appreciate you. All right, Texas and Green Bay, 1 game late. Okay, I think those are the 2 teams. My man, Randall Q said that those are the only 2 teams that's going to beat us this year. All right, Brent DeWitt says, howdy, Anthony. All right. Broski says NFC North is much improved except for the Lions. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Man, you know, bro, I love, man. Broski is, you know what? He is going homer. You know, he's more, if he took away his avatar and I saw Adam Rank, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. All right. Ant-Man, you know what I'm saying? Anthony's in the building. All right. Yeah, Ant-Man is in the building, man. Royal Allons UK. If you don't know who these guys are, man, they are the foremost experts about Detroit Lions football over there in the United Kingdom, man. Those guys, they do great content. Man, go check out their college football shows, man. Their podcast on college football and their scouting that they do of players, and you know, and getting ready for the draft and just what they do. It's awesome. They have great content over there at Royal Allons UK, man. Go check them out. Check out their Twitter feed, check out their YouTube channel, man. Check out their Facebook, man. They do a great job over there at Royal Allons UK. All right, Anthony Fitzpatrick says, beware of the king pose. He is the king of finishing bottom of the NFC North. Yeah. Yep. I appreciate you. All right, here. Tell me how the Lions improves. I'm not hyping up the Bears like Adam Rank. Bears will be 9-8 as well. Okay. Hey, man, Adam Rank is a big time homer, man. He's a big time homer. To be honest with you, the Lions improved their secondary. What else did they improve? They actually improved their offensive line. You look at the sign of Zeitler. We got rid of a guy, Jonah Jackson, let him walk. Guy wasn't reliable just to keep in the starting lineup, and we got a guy who, you know, is healthy and starts. Is one of the best in the league. So okay. So yeah, you know, just those 2 things alone. You know what I'm saying? Man, you look at the guys that we already have on the team is going to get better as well. So you look at the young players that played last year. It's a lot of stuff that we didn't have to get better on, you know what I'm saying? And like, we're not like the Bears where we have to get better at a lot of things to be successful in our season. I'm just saying, that's just me. All right, Adam Rank or Nick Wright is Broski Bear. All right, yeah, Bear got a winner of an offensive line. Not go home Bears. Love you, Broski. Yeah, man, Broski, man, I appreciate you, man. You know, hey, I like the banner, man. I don't think the Bears have done enough. I don't think they added enough pieces to the offensive line for me to protect Caleb Williams. All right. If our secondary was average last year and we would have been in a Super Bowl, yeah, true. If we'd had a better secondary, and we have improved it vastly this offseason, yeah, we would have been in the Super Bowl last year. And we're a young team. Young teams get better with experience. We have not paid or tried to shortcut a rebuild like the Bears. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. All right. What's up, Ant? Okay, talking to the Ant Man. All right. Saying back to him. Okay, and then it says my English dog. Yeah, man, the British Bulldogs. Okay, man, it is 8:30. All right. I appreciate everyone coming through and hanging out right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Man, we will be back on Monday with my man, with the fellas, with Coach Mike Jones and LL Couton. So make sure you go ahead and follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. You know, you can go over there and check us out. This show, we do shows on Monday through Thursday. We do two recorded shows a week on Monday and Wednesday, and we do two live shows on Tuesday and Thursday. But thank you guys for hanging out right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. And like I said, you can follow us. And for everyone, if you are watching on Facebook, go over there, man. Give us some stars. We appreciate the support over there. You can go to Kurt Steele over there on our Facebook page and, you know, leave some stars and support of the show. But for everyone watching, you got to do one thing for your boy Kurt Steele. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. I appreciate you. This is Kurt Steele, and I will holla at you real soon.